Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Frankenstein Control is brought to you this week by the new smash hit musical, Harrison. From renowned playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda, creator of Hamilton, comes Harrison, the previously untold story of William Henry Harrison, 9th President of the United States. Harrison is famous, of course, for dying 31 days after his inauguration. But what really happened in those few short weeks was a cavalcade of constitutional confusion, dry statesmanship, and pneumonia, the likes of which will shake you to your core. Featuring all new, soon-to-be timeless musical numbers from our all-star cast as they cavort and beatbox around a prone and silent Harrison's bedside. Look for the rabble-rousing dance number, Nobody Parties Like the Whigs, and the moving entreaty to a heartbroken vice president, Saddle Up, Tyler. And introducing Charlie Day's Broadway debut as the vaping ghost of the revenue tariff. Buy your extremely expensive tickets now, because in a week even George Clooney won't be able to get any when this shit goes down.
Man, that sounds like the hit of the summer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check that out.
It's still spring, technically.
It's summer if your name is Summer.
Ah.
Like Summer Sanders, host of Figure It Out. Back in us 90s kids. Am I right, guys?
I don't remember who that was.
Much like the forgotten Summer Sanders, we are Frankenstein Control. I'm your host, child actor Taylor Russell. To my left is Adam Shipp.
I'm Adam. I live in a broom closet.
And to my center is B-Rye.
I'm B-Rye. I'm a bowling pin that got its wish to be a real boy.
The bizarre sport-themed prequel to Pinocchio.
The drunken one-off that Disney pitched to his animators that later was workshopped into a functioning film. So what
No, what is he gonna... Ah!
And there it is, the first cough break of the episode.
Yeah. A little behind-the-scenes knowledge, folks at home. Every 5 minutes, we all break, go out into the street, and just cough into a microphone that is also out in the street.
I like to point accusingly at passing cars while I do it.
Then I take the audio from the street microphone, edit it into the episode, and then edit it back out.
It's a really lengthy process, but
Yeah.
we do it for you.
It adds authenticity. Authentic, disgusting throat noises. Like that.
Oh, thank you.
Which I edited out so you didn't hear it.
As a B-side or a thrown-out idea, I was considering having the Hamilton or the Harrison musical being about Calvin Coolidge, and just having the people beatboxing and like forming like a dance circle around the actor playing Calvin Coolidge, who just stands there stock still and completely silent, and then say featuring the hit song.
Broadway's first silent musical.
Yep. Well, all the other characters sing and rap, and it's just Calvin Coolidge who just never has any lines.
Yeah.
I really think he came at the wrong time. Like, if Calvin Coolidge was alive in the 80s, I think he would have done a lot better, because he could have campaigned as Callie Cool.
Oh.
And that would have just... Callie Cool, he could have campaigned with Dippy Fresh, and they could have ruled the 80s for a whole 8 years.
So, what y'all been up to?
Actually, first order of business, wanted to get a shout out to our homeboy, Nick Sampson.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend to us all, Nick Sampson. He's a homeboy in New York, and he sent us quite an awesome fan mail. This isn't the first time either. He sent us, for those of you who didn't see the Facebook post, Nick Sampson had sent us that hilarious McDonald's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs toy.
With the spinning gem.
He somehow found the very one we were talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he sent us that. And then You know,
mint in box.
oh yes, well it was
Or package,
in
rather.
bag, mint in bag.
Mint in bag as dispensed by a surly employee 20-odd years ago.
You can still see the anger and grease stains on it.
But just recently, we received another fan mail package, and it was really freaking cool, man. We got 3 Mega Man pins.
Megaman.
3 Megaman pins. I got Gutsman, B-Rye got Cutman, and Adam got a cute little Met. And,
Helmet Boy, I call him.
Yeah, you call him Helmet Boy. Well, he does kind of look like a Helmet Boy. He is a Helmet Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just a helmet of face and feet.
That's all you really need.
He's like the worst Kirby power.
Really, Nick did a great job because he picked out pins that suited for characters that suited all of our personality. I mean, Taylor is just a gut. I have a propensity for cutting things, and Adam, as a puppet, would really only need a helmet as an article of clothing.
Yeah.
These
The only part of my body that can be protected is my head.
We all just wanted to say one huge big thank you to Nick. Thank you very much, man.
We love and
you,
miss you,
Nick.
buddy.
I recently revisited this video series that's very near and dear to my heart. Folks at home, if you've never seen the show Mr. Wizard,
Oh, boy.
it is it's a show from like the late 80s, early 90s. It came on at like dark 30 in the morning when I was a little tyke. And basically it was just a guy who would have kids come over to his house, or he would show up at their house. I'm not sure the
They came
details.
to his house, I
Okay,
think.
they came to his house.
I think it was consistently the same house.
Oh, okay.
They came to an old man's house and performed dangerous, unregulated
Acts
science.
of science. Yeah, he would teach all about science, and he has a very kind of almost surly way of talking.
Abrupt, I would put it.
Abrupt. That's good. I like that. Abrupt. His abrupt way of speech
The hell you doing, kid?
lends itself very well to compilation videos called "Mr. Wizard is a Dick," and I highly suggest you watch those.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
See, you messed that one up.
Great job, you idiot.
So I think that's the right answer. Well, no, you're wrong.
You're wrong, you little shit stain.
Welcome to Mr. Wizard. Today I'm just going to go ahead and say we're studying the science of how this cough syrup's been working with this here heroin that I took.
He's turned into early Kyler.
I was
for a bit
gonna
there.
The kid comes over, he's like, "Don't touch the trim!" Okay, so I heard a little bird told me that you had a story to tell us, Mr. B-Rye, about shelvings.
Oh, at work today. Yeah, in the office, I spent 2.5 hours roughly assembling a shelving unit for the lab, basically, at work. And then 5 minutes taking it down to the dumpster and destroying it when it turned out to be a colossive piece of shit. Colossive. I said colossive. No, that describes the magnitude with which it was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
They had to invent a whole new descriptor.
You had to combine colossal and massive.
One of our office managers, the guy who's in charge of ordering things, ordered it on the cheap, and he's like, yeah, that in retrospect, that was a mistake.
Did you get it from Big Lots?
That's right, because Adam's shelf.
My shit shelf.
Adam's shit shelf that we...
A shit show of a shit shelf?
The best part of that Big Lots day that we went shopping was I also got my orange plastic cup that I drink out of, that I'm drinking out of right now, and it has been consistently my favorite cup for the last 2 years.
Been consistently sweetening your water with that tasty Chinese lead.
Actually, it's BPE free.
Oh.
Of course, I suppose they could have just printed BPE free on the cup and sold it to me, and I would have bought them and believed them, and
Yeah.
have been poisoning myself this entire time.
And while you've been poisoning yourself, I bought a $35 bookshelf that lasted about 4 months before too much fat destroyed it.
Too much fat?
Yeah, because you and your brother were in the room walking around, and
Oh.
there's just too many people in the room, and it decided to fall over.
That's right, yes. We
Destroyed
overfatted
itself.
it. I like to think it was gravitational waves.
The crappy shelf.
That's how that's how CERN found it. That's how CERN found the gravitational waves.
Because of the falling bookshelf.
Well, because we were in close proximity to each other. Your bookshelf was merely a sad consequence of scientists finally
Just a
being able to
casualty.
prove one of the fundamental...
They could
phenomenon of our universe.
They could pick up the seismic impact of the two of you and the bookshelf all the way in Switzerland. Like, what is this?
They're all alarmed and they pull out their army knives.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just called army knives over there.
Yeah.
Not Swiss army.
Yeah. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, everyone in Switzerland collects knives from different countries' armies, and they're like, "Oh, this is my American army knife. This is my French army knife, and this is my Italian army knife."
Let us sing you a song. We're gonna sing in harmony.
That was close to the Gundam Paint voice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to make voice. No, we don't go to get visited by Huffman again. God, what an adventure. What a lovely time we had with our dear friend Hulkmania.
Too bad he's dead. Huffman died.
He did?
Yeah, last week he was hanging out by the train tracks and he fell asleep all of them and got ran over.
That's what you're going to say. Huffman went out to the old train tracks, the still in use train tracks, huffed a bunch of paint, fell asleep next to the train tracks, and had a heart attack in his sleep. He had a pulmonary embolism, unrelated to his years of abusing inhalants. Yeah. It was just a genetic risk in his family.
Luckily, he got the sky burial he always wanted, just because vultures ate him. It wasn't intentional; it was just a happy coincidence.
Burial at Sky.
That's an actual thing.
What?
Yeah, it's called a sky burial.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what countries do it, but basically
it was popular with Native Americans.
Okay.
A couple different tribes, I think, practiced it.
Yeah.
Wow,
the intention is they leave you outside so vultures and birds and such will eat you. And,
okay. See, that's like nice and natural. I was imagining something much more stupid, like an actual burial at sea, but out of an airplane.
And then you just
so you put the corpse in the airplane, you send it into the air and then light it on fire. And it just keeps rising into the air.
Well, that's just, B-Rice pointing at me. I know what story he wants to tell.
Denethor. Mm-hmm. It's just like Denethor's death in Lord of the Rings. Where, do the thing,
bring me wood and oil.
Yeah. When Denethor kills himself because he goes nuts because he thinks Faramir died. And, he decides to immolate himself and he sees that Faramir's alive and he runs screaming from the room in flames out onto the veranda of the
big tippy top of
Minas Tirith.
Minas Tirith. I was about to say Altair, and I'm like, that is so not.
I was about to say White Gold Tower, which is Oblivion. But yeah, then he falls off the top of the city on fire. And, there's, city down below, which is currently under siege by the orcs and all that. And, it's, supposed to be a super moving moment, and I think Gandalf's like, thus passes Denethor, last of his dying. Yeah, something like that.
Thus passes Denethor, last of his dying. Nah, that sounds more like Christopher Lee, now that I think about it.
Even though he wasn't the last of his line, because he had two sons, and Boromir was dead, but he
had Ferrothorn.
He had Ferrothorn. Anyhow, the thing that struck me as the 13-year-old child I was when I watched that movie,
watch this flaming corpse launch off the top of that big ass veranda.
It's like they're acting like it's a normal funeral, and then it's just sad. Whereas all I could think of was down below in the city that was very much beneath the promontory from which he leapt in flames.
Yeah.
Which he fenestrated.
From which he fenestrated. Nice use of vocabulary there, Taylor.
Wouldn't it be defenestrated?
You
know when he lit himself on fire and then erected a window?
Yeah. That happened in the movie. You haven't watched Lord of the Rings in a while.
I really haven't.
Well, that's the thing.
That's only in the extended versions.
Defenestration is strictly out of a window. He was already outside and he just fell off. he fell off his house.
He fenestrated. He falls in flames.
I just pictured below in the city
that's under siege.
Yeah, that's this woman is trying to calm her frightened children, like, don't worry, dearies, Daddy's in the guard, and they're going to keep the orcs from coming into the city and butchering us all, and they're all scared, and then Denethor's burning ass just comes through the ceiling. It's like lands in a really horrific way with like
his like neck's twisted around and his eyes are already melted. He's like,
just right at the youngest child.
Yeah, stared him straight into the face, and the kid's just like.
Like, the only proper format for animating that would be Super Jail.
Get the fucking warden in here.
Just the absolute unadulterated just brutality that could impart.
Yeah.
Also, wanted to note, you mentioned White Gold Tower. Like, I mean, Denethor is essentially just, I mean,
the Emperor.
Uriel Septim's just a really shitty looking Denethor.
Yeah.
In terms of appearance.
He's more competent than him, but yes, pretty much.
I mean, you don't know how competent a ruler he was. He was in there for 3 seconds and is like, you must close shut the jaws of oblivion. Also, they can't afford to pay me any more money.
I must go now with 70% of the voice acting budget.
Mm-hmm. But hey, don't forget, speaking of Lord of the Rings, Sean Bean.
Yeah, he's also in that movie.
Sorry, Sean Bean. I just...
No, Sean Bond.
Yeah, Sean Bond. Yeah. Okay, shout out to Sean Bean. It's either Sean Bean or it's Sean Bond. You can't have both, you greedy guts!
That's why he dies in every part that he's in. It's to make up for the fact that his name is stupid.
And he dies in Oblivion.
Next week, we're going to have Sean Bean on the show. And...
It's great to be here, guys.
It's just a kidney bean named Sean.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Hello, I'm Sean Bean. I die in every movie, and also, I'm Lima. Have you met my wife, Kidney? Kidney Bean.
It's my son, Garbanzo.
He's the black sheep of the family, but...
No, the black sheep is Black Bean.
No, the black sheep is Jelly Bean. He's not a real bean.
Oh, yeah. And everyone hates him.
Well,
depending... It's a licorice jelly bean.
Okay.
Our dog is just one of those Birdie Bots every flavor beans that taste like earwax.
Eat numerous ones. They're made of the grass flavor and the vomit flavor. They'll just make you vomit grass. I don't know why.
This is some weird tangent.
But we have Sean Bean, Lima Bean ASMR. And then my son Lima. Fuck, I can't do it.
Try again, we have editing.
Okay.
I don't even know that's going to show up.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Alright everyone, we're here with the Sean Bean themed ASMR episode. We're going to be talking about lima beans as well as black beans, kidney beans. Yeah, get in here, Taylor. It's getting real close to my mouth.
I'm getting really close with that special bean talk. You and us at home, we're having a wonderful experience with the beans. Show me your beans.
Wonderful experience with the beans.
We call Spooky the mean bean.
Spooky, I don't know if we talked about her on the show. Spooky is Uri's cat.
Well, it's Lissa's family's cat.
Right.
And we love her and we take care of her. And
she's a meteorite of flesh. It's hilarious.
She is an extremely fat cat.
I don't think I've established this on the show. One of my biggest comedy weaknesses is fat cats.
Fat animals in general, but cats especially.
Cats especially, just because, cats, they're the silent predator of the animal kingdom, so graceful, and then just see one sitting on a couch it's like, oh! I just walk into a room. If I see that shit, I'll have to, fall out of said room laughing.
Oh, look at his belly. It's dirty because it's so fat that I can't lick it.
Ow! The dirty bell!
She has that happen to her.
Yep.
We had to brush some poop out of her fur last night.
Poop spooky!
She is
Poopy spooky.
We love her so much, but she's so filled with sass and fat.
much like myself, I can relate. For I too am full of sass and fat. I'm sorry.
I kind of want to revisit the ASMR
Oh, absolutely.
thing.
Are we going to do more of that? Because I think people are just going to run away.
No, let's avoid that.
Oh,
because
okay.
I hate it.
Oh, is it the up close whisper?
Yeah, that's the up
thing?
close. I don't actually know what ASMR stands for.
It stands for a sick Martian rip.
Automatic speaking makes reactions.
Mmm.
But there's this musician I like called Girls Ritual, and she just does bizarre videos sometimes. And one of them is just called Gothic Girlfriend Wants to Go to Popeye's ASMR. And it's just a video of her real close to the camera, talking to like an imaginary boyfriend. Like, we need to go to Popeye's right now and get me a 3-piece chicken, and we need to go to the mall and get some hair ties because I'm just holding my hair up with a friendship bracelet.
I don't know, man. It sounds right up your alley.
It was funny.
Okay.
But
Amoral sibilant muttering recordings.
Accidental sibling.
Murders Ralph.
I was gonna say something bad, but I stopped myself. So anyway, what are you gonna say?
Because it has ASMR and girlfriend in the title, everything in the
Comments?
not comments.
Oh.
Related videos.
Is actual
is ASMR stuff. And there's like a 1950s housewife ASMR role play thing.
Ugh.
And like just ASMR girlfriends, like 20 of them just down the line.
It sounds like that really like detestably horrible shit that's been happening in Japan in the last few years. The
Hikikomori culture.
no, well, a subset, not a subset of it, but like clearly a facilitation of its symptoms is so. There's been in recent years in anime, they've been showing these 5-minute episode type dealies of anime.
Yeah.
And recently they've been releasing boy version and girl versions of basically like
Virtual boyfriend,
virtual
girlfriend.
boyfriend, virtual girlfriend. So like it's 5 minutes of an animated person like looking directly at the viewer
And talking
like,
to you.
talking to you as if they were your significant other, and like it's really fucking creepy. I highly recommend it. It's on Crunchyroll right now, guys. We've been sponsored by Crunchy Piss. Crunchy Piss. Get it today.
That is not an episode of Yuri on Ice. I don't care what that one grandma in Texas's Facebook post erroneously started a wildfire of controversy against the show. That doesn't happen.
You don't get Crunchy Piss from being gay. Did I spoil it? Did I spoil the big surprise of Yuri on Ice? That
Everyone knows that's the premise.
that they get Crunchy Piss?
Well, that you spoiled. Thanks a lot, you dick.
I still need to watch it, actually.
Where were you when we were watching it here?
Actually, I don't know where I...
Yeah, where were you?
Where the heck was I?
I don't think you were here.
Dude, my brother was staying over as a guest and he watched it. Where the hell was I? It is a mystery.
Government denies knowledge.
I made myself laugh because I imagined just a gif of Spooky, the fat kitty, walking, and then like she takes 3 steps and like fades to transparency and then disappears, and then it's set to the and then like the government denies knowledge comes up on the screen. It's one of Lissa's favorites.
You got so fat, but I love it.
She's so fat and we love her so much. She jumps on the bed and then she takes up most of the bed.
Don't you hate it when you walk into the room and Spooky's fat smacks you across the face?
It happens more often than you might think.
Remember that time Spooky ate the house?
We had nowhere to live. We had to have an emergency work crew from Lowe's build us an entire new house. And Jimmy Carter helped.
Jimmy Carter, what?
Because he does stuff for Habitat for Humanity.
What?
Jimmy Carter drives around in a Cadillac convertible, regardless of the weather, and he points out homeless people on the street, and a crew of illegal immigrants rapidly builds a house around them to contain them. So that
a house with no doors or windows.
So that the high society does not have to think about their existence anymore.
There's Malays over there. Go build a house around it.
I bought this car with peanut money. Yeah, you wish, sucker.
What? Go buy my brother's beer. He's got Billy beer. Buy some. Nobody's been able to buy Billy beer for like 20 years, Mr. Carter. Build a house around this man.
Build a house around him for daring to defy me.
You don't dare divine the Carter. That's a define.
He is indefinable.
He is. He's incorporeal.
Just picture animated in the art style of Full Metal Alchemist, Jimmy Carter, the house-building alchemist, and he just goes up to like a bunch of innocent-ish fallen civilians, and he goes, "All right, let's do this." Claps his hands, like touches the ground, and like all of them have houses built around them. And they're never seen again.
I've quelled the Ishbalan rebellion. Actually, Jimmy Carter's been dead for years. His brain, however, was preserved and put Knight Rider style into Guy Fieri's convertible.
Why do we keep going to all these diners, drive-ins, and dives?
Because that's what we do on this show, and we're rolling out. I beg for death every day, but it never arrives.
This has nothing to do with me or my legacy.
I wish I could go back to my peanut farm. No, you don't. Yeah, you're right, I don't.
Your Guy Fieri sound like Tom Kenny.
Well, yeah. Today we're visiting the Jamaica Barbecue Grill. We're going to catch us some sweet wings. Ah!
I didn't know SpongeBob was Jamaican.
He is. You don't remember? He's like, Bob McClot. Ah! I hurt my throat.
You deserved that.
Okay.
Hey, I got a new TV pitch.
Oh, fuck yes. Please.
I'll show you guys.
Regale us.
So
Does
this
it
one,
involve Regis Philbin?
Save me from myself.
it could if I wanted to, but I'll hold off on that today.
All right.
But it's called The Adventures of Regis Philbin. Not really. Although it would be funny to see a basically reanimate Adventure Time and just put Regis Philbin's face over Finn and like have him dub over all of his lines. Nothing else changes. The only thing that's changed is they say Regis instead of Finn now.
And they changed Susan Strong's name to Tara Strong.
Or Kathy Strong.
Kathy Strong.
Kathy Lee.
I like it. What's the TV idea? Let's hear it.
Jake is Gelman.
The TV show is kind of in the same vein as stuff like iCarly and Hannah Montana. It's a kind of a sitcom for teenagers, mostly girls. Stars a teenage girl named Melentia, and she has her typical typical high school problems. You know, she's got to ace the test and get the boy to the prom, and all those things that teenage girls do. While
And murder her stepfather.
What?
That's a common teenage problem, as I understand.
So Melentia.
Yes, Melentia goes through her typical high school girl problems, and all the while she has to keep a secret to herself. That secretly, she is Melentia, Queen of Rodentia.
Oh.
She's queen of all rats and mice and rodents.
So this, I'm getting sort of like the feel currently, very Alex Mack sort of feel,
Yeah.
where instead of mental powers and Capri Sun melting, she has control over rats and rodents.
She
and other
commands an army of vermin. So
Is her General Vermin Supreme?
yes, it is.
Dude, Vermin Supreme should be her dad
It's-
in the show. Like every time he comes on, he goes
No,
like,
that's the stepdad she killed.
oh, okay.
Because he was trying to usurp her throne. He said, "I'm the vermin supreme now."
Well, you gotta protect your
And
throne.
Melentia's like, "No, you're not. I'm Melentia, the
Rodentia.
queen of Rodentia."
You forgot the name of your own.
It rhymes and I forgot it. I'm
It's
Melentia, queen of fuck you.
It's what the entire gag is centered around. Is the fact that
Melentia rhymes with Rodentia. Both made up words. This Dr. Susie and Alex Mackey and Nightmare. Alex Machiavellian.
the touch of David Lynch, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Every time she uses her rodent powers, there should be like this David Lynch-esque sort of scene that goes with it. Very, like, very dependent on, like, static noises and...
No, the ending and closing theme songs or and credit themes are just... It's David Lynch himself, basically redoing a video he did. There's like a fake coffee commercial.
Oh, I remember
where
that.
he's like right up against the.
How you doing there, David?
Yeah, right up across the camera, with a disembodied Barbie head talking about the coffee.
How's it going today?
It's just like, "Hey Barbie, how do you feel about this coffee?"
Thought we weren't doing the ASMR thing.
We're doing it now again. But yeah, the credit scenes are just him face right in the camera, saying, "Hey guys, it's time for Melentia, Queen of Rodentia, where today's episode is directed by Adam Shipp, and the cinematography is all done by Taylor Russell."
Oh.
All of the rodents are played by B-Rye. It's a lot of green screen work.
Yeah. It's just you in a Beakman's World-esque rat costume. Multiplied 1,000 times over.
Like the like that little person in Johnny Depp Chocolate Factory movie.
Oh yeah.
I want to take a moment here just to interrupt before we get back on topic to say that earlier when I was trying to picture what Lin-Manuel Miranda actually looked like, my brain conjured Eric Andre.
You know what? Speaking of famed television actors, who's playing Melentia? Who are we gonna get as the young startup?
Please God, let it be Amy Sedaris.
I was actually going to let you guys decide on that because I don't know very much about young female actresses. So yes, Amy Sedaris is... Who is that?
Amy Sedaris is a middle-aged comedian.
Okay.
She's really funny.
Well, yeah, she plays the 15-year-old high school girl.
I love it, and I honestly think that she would love that.
I was gonna suggest we get Scarlett Johansson. Because then we get that high billing, and then we can name a character Melentia Kusanagi.
Oh, remember on Kimmy Schmidt how the rich lady had that one friend who was like worse off than her? And
Yeah,
that's Amy Sedaris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was the main character in Strangers with Candy.
Yes,
that's what I know her from.
Yes, that's like. See, the thing is, I'm a big fan of hers. Strangers with Candy is her most recognizable body of work, and I've never seen it. I know all about her from just other projects she's been in and times she's made me laugh. And her brother David is also an amazing essayist. That's my pitch for...
Okay, yeah, Amy Sedaris, if you're listening, and I know you are, we start filming on Melentia, Queen of Rodentia in June. So if you want to audition, then just come over right now and do that, and you got the part.
Oh shit! Here comes our producer. Are you boys done talking about the rodent show? I'm paying a lot of peanut money to get this thing made.
Don't worry, Mr. Carter. We're working on it.
You better be. There's a malaise in your future if you don't.
I've built houses around men for worse.
And I'm telling you, if this isn't #1 in the charts, then I'm going to build a house around the whole show.
I'll build a shed just to shoot you behind it.
And ain't nobody gonna hear your screams.
When I build walls, I build them with the finest soundproofing available.
Oh my god. Is Jimmy Carter still alive?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He's really old and he had a minor health scare recently.
Oh, he did?
But he's fine now.
Oh.
Did the giant words health just pop out and scare him?
Oh, my word. Oh, land sakes.
Good, my goodness. That word health doesn't scare me so much. Which one of you strapping young gentlemen are going to break my fall?
I can safely say I was not expecting that. That has startled me very much.
Jimmy Carter, Southern Belle.
I do tell you, my health concerns we may have the cancer of the cotillion. This voice is way too fun to do. Someone help!
I believe I may be getting the vapors. Good thing I have this pile of peanuts to fall into.
That'd be great. Jimmy Carter was allergic to peanuts. That's why he looks so weird, is he's just been swollen his whole life.
I've sold all these peanuts to get them away from me. They just keep growing, though. I don't understand it. Nobody ever explained agriculture to me.
They just grow wild here. I can't get shit of the damn things.
These dang troublesome legumes are going to be the death of me. What is this? What have we done? This is what happens when you, I don't know, let us do a podcast.
Usually I am, like, more rolling with, like, the accurate historical jokes, but I don't know anything about Jimmy Carter's presidency. Other than that he was known for being a pretty decent guy and he only served one term.
All I know are, like, terms revolving around shit that he would say about the I think there was some economic troubles. And that's why, like, he was talking about, like, malaises and stagflation, I think was another...
Stagflation?
Yeah, just a term that he coined, I think, to describe the state of things. I ain't no historian, though, so don't take my for it. Go on www.wikipedia.net for all of your source files. You can go on there and get Homestar Runner's source feed.
Go to jimmycarter.geocities.com
for
my
GeoCities?
for my 2002 era Jimmy Carter fan webpage.
Well, I have serious concerns about the intelligence of my countrymen. Walter Mondale, my vice president, was just a bag of peanuts I drew a face on, and nobody called me on it for all 4 years.
I'm haunted by the specters of animate peanuts.
At night I am haunted by all of the peanuts I have killed. Not the men I've built houses around, though.
I was born in a house I built.
I had a dream where I saw God, and he told me that George Washington Carver was waiting for me with a pair of brass knuckles.
He looked angry. God, did he look angry. He was riding a war chariot pulled rickshaw style by Mr. Peanut. He was exclaiming very insensitive Chinese stereotypes. It was an unpleasant time. I was very afraid. I woke up in a cold peanut oil sweat.
The picture that put in my head was of the Peanut Man, like rickshawing the chariot, but he's got like really buff, veiny arms and legs, like just bodybuilder's arms and legs, and then like the cartoon Peanut body and gladiator sandals.
He still has like the little bow tie and the top hat though.
Yeah, the monocle.
Everything else is
just
unchanged.
like, oh! Oh my god. So Now we know the face of one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. War is actually George Washington Carver and a really ripped Mr. Peanut.
War, famine, death, peanuts.
And the 7th seal broke, and a voice said, "Come and see. Behold, a brown horse."
A peanut brown horse.
A brown horse with a sturdy shell.
A Reese's horse.
It'll be there in a jiffy.
And his name that sat on him was George Washington Carver. And unto him was given a great butter knife, and he went forth spreading and to spread.
And also using the dull butter knife to carve his name into his victims, into the non-believers.
He drowned the cities in peanut butter.
Famine peanuts. Oh.
I said that in a voice that was like sort of turning into the Jimmy Carter, but not good enough. And also just weird.
This whole fucking last million years have been weird. What has happened? Why is Jimmy Carter so funny for some reason?
We call that the Carter effect.
Oh, this episode sponsored by Mr. Peanut. Get yourself a honey glazed dose of madness from the boys at Frankenstein Control. Go to our website and type in the keyword Franken to get a free interview from Al Franken.
What? Who are you guys? I didn't ask for that.
Yeah, just Al Franken.
We just have his phone number somehow.
I have extremely important legislative work to do. What the hell are you kids bothering me with?
We got Peanut, Mr. Franken. We got hashtag Peanut.
I'm allergic to peanuts. Good.
Hashtag Al Franken's allergic to peanuts.
I bought The Truth with Jokes and I never read it. Take that, Al Franken. I actually would like to read it. I just forgot.
What hath we wrought, gentlemen?
A peanut nightmare. A P-nightmare.
P-Nightmare is the next workout video. It's going to come out after P90X. It's just P-Nightmare.
It makes everyone who does it allergic to peanut.
Also constantly pee themselves a little bit all day.
Little bit of peoples.
Not a constant stream, just a trickle every once in a while.
Just a little trickle.
To make it as inconvenient as possible.
Just a little trickle out your dickle.
And it picks up every time you got a presentation to do, or you gotta go somewhere and important clients are watching. It's designed for maximum just fucking up your life.
Yeah, if you're sitting at home on the computer, you're never gonna have an issue with it. But once you're in front of a crowd of people that you're trying to impress,
or God forbid, an attractive person you want to impress,
you're finally on that date with the hot girl
or the hot guy,
with Melentia of Rodentia.
Yes.
On this episode of Melentia of Rodentia, Melentia gets hooked up with the hottest boy at school, but he's got a goofy secret. And like he screams at the top of his lungs and just like piss all in the front of his white pants.
He just walks up to her. He looks normal, and Melentia's just like, "Hi, Todd," and he's just like, right, and like pee, when he opens his mouth, pee just comes out. the way the grumps do that gross thing with the water that they do.
It's a nice trick. I like it a lot.
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with all of us? I think we're getting giddy.
Dude, we're fucking giddy as shit. This is how you make the $1 million man.
This is how you make $1 million on the peanut market.
This is what happens, man. Like, we get fucking giddy, and then finally the neighbors decide to end us. We get killed in a horrible fire. We get carted off to the doctor. We're like, we can rebuild them. We have the peanuts.
A peanut-powered robot.
We've tried before and we've failed.
But this time we shall succeed where others have failed.
Because this time we have the blessing of the great Khar'tur.
The obelisk of Khar'tur is here to smile upon us.
Spelled Khar'Tur.
Oh,
An elder nut god.
it's the elder nut.
It's just Cthulhu with like Mr. Peanut's monocle and his tentacles flying towards the nut button.
We can't use the nut button 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself, even though it is tempting.
Dude, we reached... How the hell have we reached 3 in the morning goofiness at like 9 at night? How has this happened?
Exasperation, exhaustion, and the closed nature of this place.
It does get hot and a little fumy in here, I gotta admit. Hence why Huffman happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
So, stop doodling around with your chapstick beer. Right? This episode brought to you by Soft Lips Raspberry with green tea extract. Lip protection and sunscreen for your nasty, peanut-covered lips.
I just moved it away from your Scentsy because it was...
Now in honey glaze flavor. Oh yeah, I have a Scentsy in the studio to keep this place smelling like a horrible sweat lodge. This thing is the one barrier between us and just unmitigated
and the
swamp ass.
A spirit journey.
A spirit journey. Yeah, it smells so bad in here without that Scentsy if you go on a spirit journey.
You see your worst fears as well as your greatest aspirations.
I'd actually like to see that. Like, I'd actually like... Because, like, you know how the subconscious kind of has a way of, like, having its own aspirations and its own fears that might not be congruent with your, like, acknowledged fears and aspirations. I'd like to see that. Like,
That's
I like
so
to see
Jungian. 46 and 2 ahead of me.
What is Jungian?
Jungian? Carl Jung.
Jung.
He was a psychologist, and he talked about the shadow, which is the subconscious and basically what you just outlined, yearns and desires that you're not aware of that are central to your being.
Shit. Huh. That explains that one Mystery Science Theater time that they said that.
I explained that to you months ago when we watched that episode.
Mirai, I'm drunk all the time!
And you have a 5-second attention span.
That too! Oh, God, it's so hot in here. I'm going to take off my shirt real quick.
Please don't.
For more information about Carl Jung, listen to 46 and 2 by Tool. See if you can find the YouTube video with the footage from Pan's Labyrinth.
Do they have the scene where they crush a guy's face in with a wine bottle?
No.
That was really distressing.
I don't remember that. All I remember is the pale man.
That was the beginning
with the
of the
hands
movie.
in his eyes.
In the beginning of the movie, the Dr. Octopus, whatever that actor's name is, Dr. Octopus. He's the baddie in that movie. He's like basically a Spanish Nazi, and like he has this dude, and he's like, I forget what the context of it was, but he has this wine bottle, and he just bashes this old dude's face in with like the bottom of a wine bottle, and it's like really real looking. Like, it's very distressing. Like, I remember that was the first time I'd ever witnessed like ultra violence in a movie that was way too fucking real, because like it wasn't like a huge spurt of blood and like classic Hollywood style. It was like his face caving in around the bottle in a way too real way. It was like, ah! And like, I saw it when I was... Okay, so the thing that got me about that was that if you guys remember around the time that Pan's Labyrinth was coming out, all the trailers and commercials for it made it look like this happy romp through fairyland. It was like, oh, it's like a real life Miyazaki movie or something. How whimsical!
Yeah.
And you
Surprise!
get there,
Spanish Civil War.
yeah. First 5 minutes, dude's getting his face mashed in hyper realistically with a bottle, and you're like, ah! And then the whole movie is just nonstop terror and tragedy. And you're like, that's a good kids movie. I'm glad I can go here with the kids. Take some time. You get the don't call a babysitter, hun. We're gonna take the kids. It's a fun fairy tale film.
Just chain them to the couch and put on Pan's Labyrinth. They love it.
Give them some of their LSD first. They love that.
LSD for kids.
Mm-hmm. One time I was hallucinating in the hospital, and
You know, like you do.
Like you do. I was real sick, and I woke up and I was like screaming and delirious, and they came in to calm me down, and they turned the TV on to like, just calm down, just watch the TV, you're fine. And the old animated Alice in Wonderland was on, and that is the worst possible thing to show to someone who is delirious.
Oh, that's a shame. That's my favorite Disney movie.
And it was like the confusing part where all the animals and monsters made out of like broom parts and stuff go by.
Oh man, yes.
It's the best part of the movie, but it's the least good part to see if you are insane.
Well, my favorite part of the movie is the walrus and the carpenter. That's like,
would be.
That's like one of my favorite animated bits ever. It's great. It's got everything. It's like one of the most like succinctly perfect animated spots ever made, in my opinion. It's great. And it's funny.
That movie makes me feel sick just thinking about it.
Well,
it always has, even before the hospital experience. It's just like always disturbed me.
Maybe your thoughts about who wrote Alice in Wonderland?
Lewis
Carroll. Lewis Carroll.
Yeah.
Got it. I was about to say Jonathan Swift and sound real stupid. But no, Lewis Carroll. Are you sick because you just keep thinking about Lewis Carroll's bizarre pedophilic feelings for his niece?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I think about it, but it's not good.
I don't let that cloud my judgment of the movie. I let my judgment be clouded by the media.
Alex Jones came out this week to say he's just playing a character.
Yep.
Oh, that's true. In the new movie, he's going to be playing the Red Queen, and what's he going to go?
Speaking of movies, I want to take a moment to complain about something that happened.
Oh!
Really pissed me off.
I like complaining.
It didn't really piss me off that bad, but it was just annoying.
No, get mad, get mean mad, B-Rye.
So
Get angry.
There's been a spate of movies within the last 9 months to a year about space exploration and things coming from space. And there's like the Arrival one.
Oh, that movie was great.
There's the movie Life now with that alien.
I want to see that.
That looks really cool. And then there's the weird one with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
That one's a tragedy. That one's fucking not cool.
That's the thing is I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of them actually. But I was
The
commenting.
Chris Pratt one's rapey as fuck.
That's what I heard. It's like just a weird, gross sex space movie.
It is.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And like
sex implies consent.
somebody, probably Lissa, because that's the only person I talk to besides you two mongoloids. Anyhow, I was talking to Lissa, and I was like, and I was just trying to mention, oh yeah, and then there's that Chris Pratt space movie, and whoever I was talking to, whether it was her or not, was like, what are you talking about? You know, that movie with it's like the rapey one. Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah, that's the rapey space movie with like the weird sex things. That's not Chris Pratt. No, yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure I saw the commercials. It's like Chris Pratt in that. It's not Chris Pratt. And then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess he's like starring opposite. It's the guy and the girl, and they're in the spaceship, right? And it's rapey. Yeah, that's the one. And like the girl is Jennifer Lawrence. It's not Jennifer Lawrence. Like, yes, it is. Where are you getting that it's those two? It's
She's celebratorially dissociating. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, there's like that's not who's in that movie.
I mean, it's understandable.
It's like, I don't know why you think that it is, but it's somebody else who's in that movie. And then, like, lo and behold, last fucking week we're at Target, and the movie's on the fucking DVD thing, Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, and I was like, ah! This is Mandela effect bullshit.
It's the Berenstain Lawrence.
And I'd almost been convinced that it wasn't either of them. I was pretty sure that at least one of them was in that movie, because I remember thinking that was correct. And it was just annoying and dumb.
Arrival was good, though. Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
You need to watch it, dude. It's really good.
So I hear.
Yeah, I highly recommend it to all the people in our audience. Watch Arrival. You won't be sorry. It'll fuck you up, though, so look out. In a good way. It'll fuck you up in a good way.
Not in the bad way, as seen in the Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence space movie.
Chris Pratt fucks across the galaxy without consent. That's the name of the movie, I think. That's what it's called,
Is
right?
the subtitle for Arrival I Came?
I get it. Oh, yeah, that was all on that was in the trailers.
Yeah.
That, grossly miscast how the movie actually is in tone. So it's like, this summer, and Amy...
Schumer.
No, not Amy Schumer. Schumer being in Arrival is really funny. It's just like instantly the worst movie of the year.
You guys, the alien looks like a vagina.
What
is that?
It's a dubstep remix of that one trailer song that's used in everything.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's a really funny thought.
Boy, I really...
That has a butterfly effect of hilarity, especially after you've actually seen the movie. Like,
what, butterfly effect?
Yes. After you see Donnie Darko, you stupid idiot. Donnie Darko, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Jimmy Carter.
You know, it's a weird Donnie Darko fact. Not really a fact pertaining to the movie, but a thing about it. Things from it.
Please tell us about Dornell Donkus.
Dornell Donkus. Dornell Donkey Kong. Yes, the movie Dornell Donkey Kong. The slowed down version of Mad World that was like by Gary Juhl. Mm-hmm. That was like that movie's signature song.
Yeah.
So there was a Newgrounds collaboration.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Where they played that song and people just animated different segments of it. And I really liked that song when I was in high school, and so I watched that video a lot.
Is that the same song they played in that one Gears of War trailer?
No, that was Sun Kill Moon.
Oh, okay.
Similar tone and theme, though. But anyhow, I like to watch this animation compilation from Newgrounds.com with all these different animators. And one of the animators in the very early part of the video, I noticed, went by the name of Mushroom Boy 5.
Whoa! Adam, you didn't tell me you did a thing!
Yeah, that was like when I was 16 or something.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my god.
And
yeah,
so,
you probably don't want me seeing that then.
That's fine. I mean,
Eldrich...
I just had the small part in a collaboration.
That's wild.
But what are the fucking odds that I like to watch that video all the time and his segment was memorable and like years later he's one of my best friends.
Oh man, that is the same thing about Frankenstein Control fan and contributor Nick Sampson.
Oh yeah.
So
both of us saw that.
Yeah. So
independently
and in different circumstances.
Yeah.
So in my circumstance, when I was but a fresh-faced, beardless youngin' in high school, I was in my school's computer graphics class, and me and my cousin Sean made an animation that we entered into a contest, not statewide, but like tri-county wide or something like that. Something wider than a county, smaller than a state-wide competition for regional. Thank you. Regional contest for animation. And so me and Sean got second place. And then, I was like, man, whatever happened in first place better be fucking good. And it was very good. It was I didn't pay attention who made it because I'm terrible with that kind of thing. Like, I'm terrible with recognizing artists. Yeah. Still am. I'm better now, but like...
You are one.
Yes. But I was just like, man, okay, yeah, they deserved to beat us. That was really good. Well, fast forward like years, like 3 years. Nick, I'm in the same class as Nick at VCU, and he's like, oh yeah, me and a friend, we made this thing back in high school. I'm like, oh really? What was it? And he's like, oh, it's this. And I saw it, and my like stomach sank. I was just like, Nick, you beat me in the past. Like, it was insane. Like, what are the fucking odds that I would become super best buddies with the guy who kicked my ass in high school, and I didn't even know him.
That was your bully in high school.
He was not my bully. We didn't even go to the same high school.
His animations beat up your animations and asked him for lunch money.
Yeah, no, Nick's animation kicked over my sandcastle and called me a nerd.
And then cyberbullied you.
Oh! Oh no! I mean, guys and ghouls at home, enough reminiscing, enough remipissing. We gotta get the fuck out of here. There's a robbery occurring down the street, and we gotta watch.
While Jimmy Carter saves the day by building houses around the perpetrators.
What was that?
What was that?
Okay, there's like a legit spooky noise at the door. Yeah. Oh, B-Rye, did you leave the spooky door open again?
Maybe.
Yes. B-Rye left the spooky door open again. What is spooky door? Find out next time on Frankenstein Control.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secret to save the entire human race and the entire universe.